If you were to ask me what I would change about myself, it would be my mind. The way that I just let things get to me. The way that I obsess over things. I'm very jealous and envious of people who have that screw it attitude and just, sleep easy at night and don't let things get to them. Sometimes things that seem not a big deal, and then all of a sudden I'm up, weeks later, in the middle of the night, remembering these situations, wishing I'd said things differently, wishing I'd defended myself better, and it drives me nuts. I hate it because you know that the other person is perfectly sleeping fine at home and not stressing about this. I guess a perfect example of this would be I like to make YouTube videos, and I like to look towards people who inspire me to be all that I can be, the better version of me. We've got one life in this world, and I want to be remembered for the good things in life, even if it's, a handful of people. I made this video based on showmances on Big Brother, my favorite ones, and this person had messaged me basically calling me a hater, saying, how dare I didn't put her favorite couple in there, how I picked certain people over this couple, and basically I'm not the type of person who likes to start a big frenzy. I try to get out of situations. I'll say, the easiest thing and just walk away, just not to cause a fight. So in response, I had said, I'm not a hater. If you looked at my videos, they're in many other videos. What I wish I kind of had said was, if you were really a true fan, you would have realized that they were never a showmance. They were a couple later on, but it's useless information that I feel you really shouldn't have to say. And if you were such a true fan, you would have known this. And it's not even that. It's just more that this person would think that I'm a hater. I've had my share of really bad things happen in this earth, and I cannot believe that I'm still standing. But one of the things that I'm not is a hater. Anybody who knows me knows that I befriend anybody. And I know what it feels like to be the last pick. The girl with the cooties, the one that nobody likes, the one that everybody teases. And in that time, I guess, plus with other stuff that I dealt with, I ended up also having a lot of anger, a lot of rage. So I became friends with people who were also getting picked on. And as much as I could, I would defend them, and I would take their fights because I'd rather feel the abuse, the fight, it felt better it happening to me than to some of those other people. And some of those people nowadays I've lost due to depression, suicide, and schizophrenia. People who their lives are completely different now because of other people, and it sucks. But the one thing we have to learn in this world is you cannot force people to see the right, the wrong, And if you waste your time and power trying to get them to see it, you don't want to be that preachy person, and you don't want to go down to their level, because then that's basically what you're doing in a way, constantly being on them and trying to make them see that what they're doing is wrong or whatnot. It's not worth it. One thing that really drives me nuts is people who use misfortunes for benefit. What I mean by this is, we have this panhandler who literally waits at the end of the Allen, and he's there almost every day, and he's got a partner. And he has a sign and basically tells people that he has Down syndrome and is looking for money. And as he's holding up the sign, he's going... Now, to me, I'm sorry, but it's the biggest insult in the world. I have ADHD, and when I was in school, I was in a lot easier classes, basic level classes, and I was in classes with people who had Down syndrome and people who had autism, ADHD, like all these different disabilities, and that's not how they act. It's insulting, but again, you trying to waste your energy to say, this is wrong and how dare you do something like this, it's not going to give you any peace of mind. It's not going to give you any rest. People who lie about being raped drives me nuts. People who joke about it, because anybody who's a survivor of it knows that it's not a laughing matter, and knows that it is not something that you would wish on your worst enemy. Even my worst enemies, my biggest bullies, I pray every day that God gives them karma in some way, whatever which way he finds right. But I would never sit there and wish something so evil on these people, because that's not me. I have good people in my life that are dealing with real tragedies. Their children really sick. Something you would never wish on anybody. And it gives you that power to want to just keep doing good. If you want to do good by yourself. Don't try to do it in a way that you're resorting to somebody's level. What I try to do is, for many of you who know, I hand out my bracelets, the act of kindness. I give them to people who just look like could really use a break. People who have struggled, people who I've met in different groups, as well as inspiring stars and inspirations that I've met along the way. There's this quote that I have in my book that I like to use. It says, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burnt. It's from Buddha. And it is true. Because if you're holding on to something and saying, like, I wish this person would see this, so you're going to constantly pick on them or say things to make them witness it, that's exactly what you're doing. So what we have to do is learn to let things go. Learn to not let things bother us, especially people who are not in our lives that, don't really matter to us. And just try to be the best person you can be. And don't stress about making everyone see that. People who know you, people who love you, they know what kind of person you are. And as long as you're true to yourself, that's all that matters, because there's only one person in this world who judges you. And that's the big man upstairs. And eventually, we'll all have to answer to him. So, yes, I'm not going to say I'm this perfect person. I made a lot of mistakes, a lot growing up. But I'm kind of hoping that I do more good that will outweigh a lot of those mistakes. Because we can't go back. All we can do is learn from it. So I hope that somehow this video has helped in a way. And I hope that we can all be a lot kinder to one another, and just remember when we say things, just to think before you speak, and just remember that you don't know what a person's been through, and before you use something or wish something on a person, just really think about the harm in those things. For example, I dealt with sexual abuse, and I've dealt with rape. But I'm lucky because I'm still standing. And there's a lot of rape cases where they don't make it. There's a lot of rape cases where it's gang rape. It can be so much worse. So that's what I mean about just always looking for the positive in every situation, and just be thankful that you're still here and you're still standing, and you're bringing awareness to anything that needs awareness brought to. Thank you for watching.